I'm Sgt Jake Albers with the Crystal Police Department. Yeah, so it probably started, I'd say, 2 years ago, where we started pitching the idea of having like a facility. At that time, we didn't really call it a facility dog because we didn't know what the terms, but like a dog that like lived like a firehouse dog. Because looking around and talking to different dog trainers, like that's not, you gotta have a handler. You have to have somebody in charge that's going with the dog. So I just kind of did research, and like there's agencies like Orno that have a dog that kind of comes in with a handler. There's other places that do that, but that wasn't what we wanted. We wanted one that's always here, to be there for the officers, because we're always here. And if that person, like the handler, is not here and the dog is needed, then there's no value. So we started off, we got approval through our administration to like look into doing a facility dog. We found a dog that we thought we could train to try and save money because it is expensive to do. That didn't work out with the trainer that we had. And then I was talking to an officer that Minnetonka was doing the same thing that we were doing. And so that's when I found Patty. I reached out to her to see if the dog we had would work. She came in, kind of looked at it. We tried with Ashley. It wasn't going to work. And then we got with Mo. There's lots of opinions on what kind of dog, what type of dog, how old the dog. Everyone seemed excited about it until we're different, because we learned through our mistakes that you need to have an organization that has trained and done these things, and you just can't do it yourself. So we had a dark point with the previous dog that kind of put a negative vibe. So it went from like excitement to like, oh, this is a lot of work, to like frustration, to now excitement back again, because I think Mo is the type of dog that we needed. He fits our personalities, and I think everyone now is excited to come into work to see Mo. Even just him just kind of going around, when I've come into work, they're always telling me like, oh yeah, he checks in with us, like records. They check in with records. He does his scheduled visits. So I think people are like thrilled to have like him here just because of what he brings to our department. So there's always, I guess, like law enforcement as a whole, there is those calls that are, the critical calls, the uses of forces, the ones that, the officer-involved shootings that nobody wants to go on to. They're happening more and more, but the daily stressors, the constant like getting yelled at by people. Most times people don't call police because they're having a great day, that everyone is like having fun at the party and they want the police to show up just to bring cake. Nobody calls us for that. They call us because somebody's been assaulted, there's issues that we have to resolve. And the reason why I wanted to pitch it is to help kind of lessen those day-to-day things by having a different outlet. I can't speak for everybody, but some of us don't want to talk to somebody. They'd rather talk to Mo or talk to somebody else, like talk to the dog, because the dog's not going to judge. The dog's not going to, judge you or make you feel stupid. Just being with him, like it helps me to know where my stress level's at, because he starts alerting to me when I'm stressed. And so I checked with myself going, okay, do some breathing exercises, and I just check in myself. Mostly just to try and change our environment to be different, like to be better than we have been. Because for the longest, I've been here 11 years, and you didn't talk about it. You had a bad call, you just toughen up. Now I think we're looking at it differently, that yeah, we do check up from the neck up once a year. I've been to the therapist, I've talked to those people, and I'm my third therapy person, because I don't have that connection yet. I had my connection with Mo like right away, and like, because I'm a dog person, and it helps me. It might not help everybody, but I think majority of people here it helps, because sometimes they don't want to talk about it. You'd rather just be with the dog. And it's mostly those day-to-day things that, I've been in 2 or 3 critical incidents in my career, and it's just different. And I've talked about it. I went through the therapy thing and I didn't understand it, but that's just me. I still go to it because we have to. But with Mo, like, he helps me on those day-to-day stresses. I think he helps a lot of officers just by taking a ball and playing fetch with them. For me, I can speak for myself, and even just seeing him go around to different people, like, it's now becoming a thing where like, hey, are you all right? Because like because now we have a tool that we can, instead of someone coming in going like, hey, what's going on? And you get the shortness, like, I'm good. You're like, are you good? You're not yourself. And we do here at Chris, we do a pretty good job of checking in. If we're off a day, if you're coming in, you're just kind of like, are you good? And they're like, yep, I'm good. And there could be a plethora of reasons why people are coming in stressed, but now with Mo, having him just be like spending more time with somebody going, you good? And then like, yep. And then they will do something with each other. Even me coming back from a call, like I'll get into the computer, I'll start, and then Mo will come over and just kind of hit me. And I'm like, what? And then I'm like, oh, okay. All right, just give it a second. I'll pet him. And then, because otherwise I know the next step, if I ignore him, he's going to get even more, I don't want to say aggressive, but he's going to be more like, dude, like, pay attention to yourself. And he gets me out of that, like, that routine of coming back in. And it's been a month, so it takes some getting used to, because I'm still learning him, he's still learning us. But knowing that he does those things and making sure that I'm checking on myself, I think it's helped me just with my overall, stress levels, my attitude, my, well-being as a police officer and a person. So I wish I could just take him home, because I think it'd help out at home too. The cops are proud people, right? And so they had the opinion, like, I don't need a dog, I got dogs at home. Like, what do we need a dog here for? But then the more he's around, the more he sees it interacting, I think that they kind of see the benefits, and they're doing, it's not just so much, they're not going from one to here, they're kind of now putting their hands down, take a pet. Where before they would just walk right by him, right? So you start to see those small little increments of moving towards like, okay, accepting more. I think here we have more people that are pro dog than negative dog, I guess. But a lot of people here have dogs, but they didn't think that there was a value of having a dog at work. It is work. And I think there's always going to be work. And it's what work do you want? Do you want to do the front end work of taking care of yourself now, so you don't have to worry about the work in the back end of what could be? I think just bringing him in, showing him into the PD. I think he can do a better job of explaining what he does by just showing. I can try and explain, and people are going to hear what they want to hear, but if they can see what he can do, that is where I can explain it. And I think I've had a few people like kind of reach out about like what we are doing and whatever else, but I think we had the benefit of trying to do it ourselves and realizing that we are way over our heads. And you need to have like an organization like yours, like Project Delta, to do the work so that they can give you a product like Mo. And then you build off that. Because now for me, like, I've tried to train a dog while going to calls for service, while training a new person. I added more stress into my life than reaping the benefits of what has already been done. And so now I just take him outside. He goes potty. We play with his toys. He sleeps at my feet. Sometimes I get nervous when I have to move my chair, because I'm like, where is he? But now there's like a partnership. There's he's our partner now. And he just has a different job than most of us. So talking with other agencies, like, a lot of the cops love the idea of having a dog. Like, just, oh, that's cool. Like, we've had cops from neighboring agency come over. Oh, that's cool. But then there's always something that steps in the way of it, whether it's administration or some reason of like, how does it work? Is this fair for the dog? Is this, and I haven't heard, we've gotten a few on our social media, but like, is this fair? And it's like, he lives in a huge building with people here 24/7. Most time at night, there's just a few of us here that are out on the road, but he's sleeping when most other dogs are sleeping anyways. Mm-hmm. During the day, he's got people constantly, where when most of us are at work, our dogs are at home alone, sitting in a kennel or free roaming in your house. Mm-hmm. I think the longest he's gone by himself in this building was probably like 2 hours. And I'm sure he's just sleeping in his dog bed during those 2 hours.
And she's entitled to.
Yeah, which he, you know, everyone needs a break. But I mean, if he could, yeah, if he could talk, I'm sure he would be like, yeah, this is awesome because I get treats, I get played with. I got people taking me on walks twice a day. Hafner's been taking him on walks. I take him on walks to the park. Like he gets to just like live a really good dog life. And I mean, someone say like he looks like stressed, not stressed. What do they use? Because he's so chill. They always think like, oh, he's like depressed. And I'm like, no, he's just a really good dog. That he's like a person, but with 4 legs and fur, because he doesn't come up to you and go, hi guys. He's just like, hey, you know, can you pet me for a little bit? Yeah. And then he moseys on his way. You know, it's been a month and a half. Obviously the first couple of weeks it was a little learning curve. We had to figure out him, he had to figure out us. You know, but every day that he's been here, he's like it's becoming easier and easier. I'm excited to see him do more of the things that we brought him in for. Like we want to do like a debrief training with him to where anytime there's a critical incident, how we can implement Mo into the debrief, just public access training. We're gonna be doing that with Ashley here soon. We wanted to just build our relationship first and then just more of the follow-up on how we can serve Mo and Mo can serve us kind of thing. So that's what I'm excited for.